Well, just it's hard to believe it's the last week of the season. When you started this journey, August 3rd, and our motto all year long, set up by our seniors, was one more. This was something that we talked about in January. This was it all started with one, and then it grew to one more. And it's ironic to how that we got one more for one more, and that's exciting. That's exciting to know that you're bringing our division champion into our place Saturday for a great matchup. Obviously, we know they're a very tough to prepare for, tough opponent, but we got much great respect for them. Clear up a little bit of last week against South Florida. Very proud of our players. I thought our guys played exceptionally hard. I knew they were a very good football team, top 25 football team. Had one of the most explosive offenses that we've faced this year. Very skilled, very explosive, had a lot of speed, had an unbelievable receiving core, and I thought that our guys played exceptionally well outside of about 3 plays. And when you play against an opponent like that, and you give up the first play of the game, a touchdown, just a bases loaded walk-off grand slam, that's tough. But our guys fought back. We didn't blink. We didn't flinch. And that's what we're about in our program. That's what we're about in our culture. And we talk all the time about the big moments of the game, and obviously the 4th down and 2, to where that he gets the ball outside and scores. That was their 2 scores. Right before half, our 4-over-4 moments, 4 minutes before half, 4 minutes after half. We preach daily about winning those moments, and sometimes a win is neither team scores. And but in our 4-over-4 moments, we fumbled and we threw an interception. In 6 minutes, they score 14 points and get 2 turnovers. That's tough. That's tough to overcome. Not only did you turn the football over right before half and right after half, but you gave up a touchdown on the very next play. And so it's just like getting kind of a double punch in the stomach, I guess, so to speak, with when the sudden change happens. But that's an opportunity for our guys to respond, and respond they did. They played exceptionally hard, battled back, fought to the last play. We had our chances. With all that being said, and losing the turnover battle, and tying on the big plays at 10 each, we had our chances. Late in the game, our defense held South Florida to one of their season lows. Yardage marks, as far as when you take the 2 big plays off of the 1-play scores. Outside of that, I thought our defense played really well. I thought they contained Quentin Flowers as well as they could, as well as anybody has. He's playing as well as anybody in the country at that position, and definitely makes them go. But again, we had it. We had opportunities late in the game, had the ball inside our own 25-yard line, in the red zone, and come away with an interception. We felt like we had Cortland open, and the play before that we had Xavier Castile open and just unable to connect with him, and then unable to get the 3rd and 2 and 4th and 1 was obviously a big disappointment. Because we talk about having a 4th and short mentality in this program at all times, and for us unable to get that, I really felt like the 3rd and 2 was a play we should have never been in the 4th and 1 situation. We had it up on 3rd and 2. We didn't find the crease. We didn't hit the right path. As a freshman for you, when you play freshman, you make mistakes at times, and that was a huge one right there. But again, guys didn't blink, they didn't flinch, and they battled right back. But very proud of our players, very proud of where we are. We got one more for one more, and You know, a very disappointing outcome last Saturday, but you know, the excitement in our program right now and where this program is heading, and when you look at 95% of your outcome is freshmen and sophomores. I know I say that every week, but with that comes mistakes, and you know, when you make mistakes against an opponent like South Florida, it costs you. And I've said it before that had we converted and scored on the first play, or had we had the 3 one-play drives, the outcome would have been different too. It's hard for any football team to overcome that. But again, coming back into this week, playing Navy, you know, their staff has been together for a long time. The biggest thing that you prepare for against these guys is obviously their offense. It's something that you can't prepare for in just 1 week. You better have a plan through the course of the year to prepare for it. They're solid in all areas. They're strong. They're physical. They got great special teams. You know, their quarterback makes them go. Will Worth is not a flashy runner, but he's strong. He operates the system very well. You can tell early in the year he wasn't quite in the groove that he's in now, but leading rusher at almost 1,300 yards, you know, when they do throw the football, they're very effective. The biggest thing that we've got to do from a defensive standpoint is we've got to understand when you step on the field, you got to play 4 downs. They've gone for it on 4th down, I believe 25 times this year. So we've got to have a 4-down mentality when you step out on the field. They've punted the ball 23, 24 times, something like that. So they don't punt much, but that's who they are. And they want to limit your possessions, and by doing what they do, and that's controlling the football. We're averaging somewhere around 85 to 88 snaps a game, and their average giving up about 60 snaps a game. So that's 25 snaps a game difference from what we're averaging. So we've got to be extremely effective when we have the ball, and understand that your possessions are limited, and that's just who they are. It was the same way when we would play Georgia Tech. You better be effective in what you do and hang on to the football. And that's one of the things about Navy as you look at them, as much the triple option they do and have the reads and the meshes and the gives and the pulls and the pitches. They've only fumbled the football 5 times this year, or lost 5 fumbles and thrown 3 interceptions. So they've only turned it over 8 times. So they're extremely disciplined, as you would expect. But hey, what more would you want? I mean, we're excited about this opportunity to bring our division leader in with a chance to be bowl eligible, for us to win one more for these seniors on senior night. Wow, I mean, that excites us. It excites me, excites our program, excites our staff and our players, and we know we've got a huge chore ahead of us, but that's what you ask for, and especially when it comes down to this last game. So excited about it. Defensively, they're very sound in what they do. They're very effective in what they do. They don't pressure a lot, but they're always where they're supposed to be, and they tackle very well. 2 linebackers that have played well for them all year long. Their safeties are very aggressive. Their safeties are very physical, and but again, we've got our work cut out for us in all our phases. Our special teams units, which one of the things that stands out about Navy special teams is how physical they are, especially on their kickoff coverage units and return units. And so we know we've got our work cut out for us there as well. But I'm excited about it. Our guys are. We've had this is something we've been waiting on, something we've been preparing for all year. And hey, the opportunity's sitting in front of you. So with that, I'll open up questions.
What does it say about this team's development that they're able to focus so well on the big games? It seems that this season, if you look at the big games, they've really come to play. Is that just a sign of growth in the program?
Yeah, and that's a great question, and I believe so. I think, again, you got so many young guys out here, and you watch their development through the course of the year. and you see these guys growing up every game. We'll still make mistakes, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're still young guys. Some of them are just not even a year removed out of high school, and they were thrown into a big role this year, and some of them are redshirt freshmen, that's probably been one of the more satisfying things, watching this team grow, listening to this team, over the last few weeks talk about how much they're enjoying each other, and they don't want this season to end. You hear these seniors talk every Friday night over the last couple of weeks, and that's one of the messages. They don't want it to end, and that tells me that we're moving in the right direction. And so, yeah, the growth has helped, the experience has helped, and I think that they understand that where this program is going, and that's what you ask for.
In the seniors, obviously this is a team built primarily around the young players. What have the seniors meant?
Yeah.
Kind of to level things out and teach the guys.
Yeah, this is one thing we talked about for this week being senior night. Our seniors have invested so much in this program, and they've gone through a coaching change, and to buy in like they have bought in. And it's December 1st to be 24 months that we would be together, and to see them literally change the culture and flip the whole mindset of our program. And as I shared with them on Sunday, they are leaving their legacy. They are. And I said last year's seniors did the dirt work. They laid the foundation. This year's seniors are leaving a legacy for others to follow. And man, we've got great senior leadership. We don't have a lot of seniors that are playing, but we do have those that are impactful guys that are very influential and have been great influences on our younger players this year. As you see, and I don't want to miss a few, but Horace Richardson, I mean, we talked about this needs to be a year that Zelt Minor does something, and he has. And so it's great to see that. Obviously, you see what Jackson Mitchell has done, and Jackson Mitchell started here as a walk-on, and to be voted Sunday night as a team captain by his peers. I mean, it was a very emotional night for him, and what he means to our program. And when you look at Darren Malines and what D. Mill has meant to this program, and D. Mill was voted as a team captain too, unanimous. He got every vote, and so his impact has been remarkable. And so I'm Deion Green is another one that has played well and came in and fit in so well. Chauncey Briggs. Again, it goes on and on and on with our seniors. While we don't have many, they all have a role in this football team. And our message Sunday night in our class meetings was that let's for our younger classmen and this is the week for the seniors. You'll be a senior one day. We ask you guys to just pour everything you got for these young men in this special day at 2:30. Some of them will never put pads back on again if they don't get that one more opportunity. And so that's kind of our motto this week, and it has been all year, is one more for one more. And when you look at it, you train about 1,656 hours through the course of a year. That's counting all the mandatory things that these guys are required to be at, being a student athlete and a Division I football player. And the average person plays about, just say they play 50 snaps, and at 6 seconds a snap, we ask for basically 5 minutes of everything you got for 6 seconds at a time. And so let's give these seniors what they deserve, and let's go give our best. And that's all we ask for. That's really it. We just want our best, and I've said it before. If our best is good enough, then we celebrate it. If our best isn't good enough, then you know what? We're gonna move on, and we're gonna celebrate how the growth of this program is moving. But best is our standard in what we do, and how we prepare and everything. And it's about being the absolute best we can be today, right now, and that's be where your feet are.
Is a bowl something you set out at the start of the season to point toward, or is that just a reward after the one game in
Well, it's really a reward. You know, you have dreams of getting this program into a bowl in year 2 from where we were, where this program has been. So that, you know, all our guys have dreamed that, and but you know, as far as, yes, you could set it as a goal, but you got to make a commitment. You know, commitments get you to outcomes and how you respond. And so the commitment was to be a great teammate. The commitment is to grow as a person every day, and to push yourself out of a comfort zone every day, and to be your absolute best every day. And when you do those commitments and you stay resilient and you stay steadfast to being 1-0 every day, then you reach the outcomes that you want to get to. And you know, and I was talking to our staff this morning. I'm so proud of where our players are in where we are right now in a mindset of a program compared to just 12 months ago right now. And so, you know, I said it after we got beat by Baylor, that I felt like this program was trending in the right direction, and didn't know what the outcome would be for the year. Really didn't matter at that point, because I knew that our guys were believing in us, and as long as we stayed the course of just worrying about what you can control, great things are going to happen. And we've seen flashes of that this year. We've seen growing opportunities also. Memphis was a great growing opportunity for us. Tulsa was a great growing opportunity. And so you learn from those outcomes that aren't in your favor, how you grow as a person, as a man, as a program, as a coach. And that's what matters the most. Because not every day is going to be a holiday, and not every dinner is going to be a banquet. You're going to have some days you're going to pick yourself back up and go to work. So,
Coach, your name's been mentioned with the job at Baylor. What, if any, merit is there to that, and what do you think of that?
Well, you know, this time of year in college football, this time of year well, even when I was in high school football, that's just what happens, you know. And you know, even when it was Clemson as a coordinator, I mean, it was every year. Every year this time, something comes up. Somebody's mentioning you for this job. You're getting fired. You're leaving either way. You're either getting fired because you ain't won enough games, or you're leaving because you won too many games, or you got a program going in the right direction. So that's just the way this business is at this time of year. And so, you know, our focus is where our feet are. Our focus is on being one day at a time mentality, and what we can control, and that's all I can control. As far as mentioning Baylor, you know, it's number one, it's not fair to our kids, our players. It's not fair to their players. I haven't been contacted by them, and so to take the noise, as we always say, there's always noise out there, and you can let the noise affect you, or you can let the noise motivate you. But what's important is our players down in that team room, and our coaches and their families, and you know, I came here to build SMU into something that I feel like can be great, and that's my focus. And my focus and my job is to give SMU and my staff and our players 100% of everything that I got every day, and it doesn't change. And you know, we'll talk this time next year, and it'll be something else. And but that's just the world we live in. Social media has created that. But I do know this. I feel like that this program is definitely on a big swing and big rise. I think you've seen that. I think everybody in this room has seen that. And I'm excited about the direction of our program, and the players that have bought into what we're about. But I can promise you this, that you're getting my absolute best every day, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm the head football coach at SMU.
Is that something that you talk to the players about at all this week, just to kind of eliminate any distraction?
Well, you know, I mean, you know, that's hard to say. You know, I guess, you know, with all the noise that goes on, and at this time of year, you always try to address it with your team. It was no different than than what we would do at Clemson, or what we would do in the other programs that I've been a part of. That's just part of this business. Like I said, you're either leaving because you haven't won enough games, so who's the next replacement, or you're leaving because you got something going good, really good, and heading in the right direction, and who's the next replacement, and and so it's just it's you're in a catch-22, and so your players are out there, so they're hearing noise, and as a coach, you preach to them all year long, hey, look, if the outside noise doesn't matter then, why does it matter now? And then it just you keep it. I think that one of the things that my players would say about me is that I've been open and honest with them every step of the way for 24 months, from the day of the first words that came out of my mouth to tell them to sit up in their chair, to how I approach them today is when I walk in and I tell them to sit up in their chair. And so my message has been consistent, and I've said it in this press conference many a times, that I absolutely love our guys. The bottom of our heart, Paula and I have as all our staff and their families have made a commitment to being the best that we can be, and teaching these young men far more about life than any game of football. And I think that's one of the things that our players would say about me right now is that Coach Morris is straight with you. He'll shoot you straight. He's not going to lie to you. And when noise like this happens, you'll address it. But it will not be a focus point of us. We're focused on Navy and where our feet are today. We've got a huge opponent in front of us, and we've got a huge accomplishment that these guys are trying to tackle this week. So I don't know if I answered your question or not, but I gave a long response.